Batman. Did you know that SG is also known as Batman? Marvel. Besides being Batman, did you know SGS is also Steve Rogers aka Captain America? Smallville. SG also considers himself Clark Kent from Smallville, but only a few people know who his Lois Lane is. Hi. Hello. SKCW. If you want to see what SKCW is all about, URL there you go, though you must have to make an account on Amu to see any. Vegeta. Did you know SG is also the Prince of all Saiyans? Vegeta. Amazon. If you are looking for another way to support outside of Twitch, you can check out my Amazon wishlist at URL.
Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. We are back. We are playing some more MLB The Show today.
Joined by my partner Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
I'm okay, Peyton. How are you?
In the air, left field. Brings it in, and there are two down.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
Good to hear.
So first and second with two outs. Sean Murphy will hit next. Swung on, belted. That one's carrying. Gone. Sean Murphy circles the bases, and they add on. It's 5-1. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Well, maybe that will end up getting him going.
Yeah,
Clark Schmidt gets the call from the pen.
That is exactly what I needed right there.
And here is C.J. Cron. Short hop liner, handled it short. They take the force out, and that'll do it. Atlanta gets 3 on the homer. It's now 5-1. You're watching the World Series. And now here is Trey Sweeney. Free, back to work. There's a strike.
for you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt a shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. 0-2 now. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
Yeah, you go 99.
So the batting order turns over. Gleyber Torres up to the plate. 0-1. We talk so much about how starting pitchers prepare for their starts. I talked with Max Fried, and one of the things he told me back in 19, he and Lucas Giolito started using MLB The Show to go over scouting reports. Next pitch misses. Now 1-2. Max said he's not sure who actually started at first, but it was 2019, and he and Giolito were teammates together in high school in Los Angeles. They had the idea to become more familiar with the opposing lineup using MLB The Show.
Welcome to the stream, everyone.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That's out number 2.
If you
Here's
really
DJ
like the
LeMahieu.
content, subscriptions, bits.
Bot just talking up a storm today.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. And that will drop foul.
Tomorrow we'll probably be back to DVD.
And that one in the air center field.
I don't like doing DVD on Saturdays. It's rough on the weekends.
Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. And now, Vaughn Grissom.
I did consider Fortnite today, but I didn't want to play Fortnite by myself. So that's why I did not.
All over that one right there. Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
Jorge Mateo now. And first offering is fouled off. And the right-hander deals. Puts a bunt down. Rizzo throws to second for one. And he'll eat it and be happy with the out. Here's Acuna now. This guy has turned into a beast. Mateo runs. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for one run, trying to apply some pressure. And that's exactly the case right here.
Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. There's a ball. Throw. Save. That's a stolen base.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. It wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third.
In the air, right field. Judge settles under it and makes the catch. Runner tags from third. The tag gets him, and it's
good throw.
Back in the Bronx, set for the last half of the seventh. And the batter now, Aaron Judge. And first offering is fouled off. Some background on Max Fried. He grew up in Los Angeles. He pitched his high school ball at Harvard Westlake. And he was teammates there with Jack Flaherty and Lucas Giolito. In the dirt. In plenty of time to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the seventh. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. There's the strike. Fried in high school wore number 32 because he loved Sandy Koufax. That's in there. And the count is 0-2. And takes low for ball one. The Yankees looking to rally. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds.
We got
just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
Popped up. Albies makes the grab for the second out. Man at first, Oswaldo Cabrera getting ready to hit. Next offering is down low, and it's 1-0. On the ground, and that's just foul. Here comes a pitch. And that's in for a strike. Stanton leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Caught him looking for the K. One left for the Yankees. We go to the 8th. Now the number 2 hitter, Matt Olson. Schmidt back to work. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Schmidt, a former All-Star. He features a slider, a sinker, a slurve, a four-seamer, And he works in a changeup. And there's one down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Fly ball down the line. Could be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
That one ripped. That's back. And brings it in at the wall. Runner tagging for third.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield, got to the spot, turned around and made a nice catch.
That's towards center. Bader makes the catch, inning over. Braves string. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the inning. Here's the catcher, Kyle Higashioka. Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Scott Barlow.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
That's a strike. Strike one. And he deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And now Bader up to the plate. That one's in there, 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Mateo hauls it in, and there's two away. 2 outs, base is empty. And stepping in for the Yankees, Trey Sweeney. In there for strike one. Next offering is fouled back.
All right, so we're about to put the Yankees into a bad place.
That one
not.
ripped right center field.
That's not good.
And out of here. That'll fire up the dugout, and they inch closer. It's 5-2. Here's Gleyber Torres.
Spoke too soon.
And that's in there for strike one.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Got him. That ends the inning. And welcome back. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. And a pitch. On the ground, right side, Torres to first, and Albies is retired. So digging in, C.J. Cron. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Takes the turn, he's digging for second. And that's a double.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
Next to hit, Vaughn Grissom. That one ripped left field. Cabrera going back some more to the warning track, makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's safe at third on a risky play as he moves up with 2 gone now.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. In the air out towards right center. Bader pulls that one down, and that is that. Back here in New York, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Down the third baseman, DJ LeMahieu. Raisel Iglesias gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Sets him down looking. Fastball at the letters, froze him for strike 3.
That's one out.
It's Aaron Judge now. And there's the strike. Iglesias, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he works in a two-seamer. There comes an 0-2 to Judge. Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And the 0-2. Next offering misses down and away.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
Ripped to third and caught.
Yep.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. 1 for 3. First offering misses the mark. Foul ball there. The 1-1. Puts it in the air out towards left center. He's got it. Ball game. And the Braves lead the series 3-0 and have a chance to complete the sweep here tomorrow. So the Atlanta Braves certainly look like they're on their way to the World Championship.
Yeah, hard to imagine this working out any other way. It doesn't seem like these guys are going to slow down until they've got this title locked up. They're on an absolute mission.
And it would take an historic comeback to have this series result any differently at this point.
All right, let's try to put the Yankees away. Have the opportunity to sweep the Yankees out. Which, this is the second season of March to October. The first season I won the World Series, I beat the Yankees in the World Series.
Here's Gleyber Torres. And a swing and a miss.
A back-to-back.
Runner at first with no outs here. Strike 2.
0-2.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And, you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Got him. And he's down on strikes for the second time today. Here's the left fielder, Oswaldo Cabrera. Just missed.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he has attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
Line drive, base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Stanton rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay, but it's offline. It's 2-1. Well, maybe that will end up getting him going.
Yeah, he really simplified there. He kept his shoulders square to the plate and wasn't trying to overswing. I think that's the key for him to have success through the rest of this series.
Well, we all know about Anthony Rizzo's skill set on the field multiple times at All-Star. Multiple times he's won the Gold Glove, even won the National League Platinum Glove. But also a guy who won the 2017 Roberto Clemente Award for his work off the field. At the belt and fires. Fights it off. You'll see another.
Well, just all around the kind of player that you want to have right in the middle of your lineup. He's a leader, and he leads by example. Doesn't seem to be one that talks a whole lot, but his actions are what does the talking for him.
That's a little bit low. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. In the air, left side. Peterson makes the grab. Rizzo out of the play. And that is that. Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double. And it's now.
Damn.
Back at Yankee Stadium. Top of inning number 7. Here's the second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Congrats on the Sun Deuce.
And the right-hander back to work.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something. How are you doing, by the way?
Under it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one away.
Yeah, people are bashing their draft because they're not drafting name players. But they are drafting. I'm okay with the draft.
Stands in now, looks at that one inside.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man aboard now with one away. Aaron Boone makes his number 97 takes over on the mound.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close.
I don't want to
There's
pinch
not
run
much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Sneaks through base hit. They fired in quickly. So it's first and second.
Looks like you're getting lucky tonight, Dan.
A couple of singles back to back. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
No booty call.
Righty delivers out towards right center field. And that one hops the wall. One runs in. Bader quickly throws it in. And that holds the go-ahead run at third.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it. And that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double. Now that sets up a...
Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. Righty reliever out of the pen, Daniel Hudson.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
They're about to get swept out of the World Series. What's about to happen?
Next offering popped in the air, right field. And Olsen is set down. Both runners tagging from second and third.
No,
the tag, and that's out number 3.
God damn it.
Back for more from the Bronx. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Jose Trevino. And Liam Hendricks will take over on the mound. Hard-throwing Australian. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise. And strike one to the catcher.
Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens and just seeing which manager can match up better and who's able to get to the finish line.
Right-handed reliever. Going to count 1 and 2.
I hate Aaron Judge. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
On the ground, right side. And it finds its way through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
The 0-1. He swings and fouls one off. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. Line drive. Dives for the bag.
Double
Got
play.
him. Double play. Now it's LeMahieu up to hit. First pitch, and he just misses. There's a strike. 2 outs. Swings through that one.
1-2.
Got him swinging. Ready to begin the 8th. Here's Austin Riley. Hudson goes 6 feet 3 inches, 37 years young. And he was a 5th-round pick back in 2008. Now fly ball to right center. And there's one down. Michael Harris next up for the Braves. And a foul ball.
Foul ball.
Now this is just par for the course these days. Huge fastballs coming out of the bullpen.
The pitch. Left field. Peraza drifts towards it. He's got it. And there's 2 down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Fly ball to right. Judge squeezes it, and that is that. Welcome back. On to the bottom of the 8th. Aaron Judge at the plate. Scott Barlow into the game. The pitch. Now one missed.
Well, a mistake right here could untie this ball game. If you're the pitcher out there, you just want to be a little more cautious.
Swing and a miss. And it's a ball and a strike. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a foul straight back. Next pitch is outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Judge out on the play. 1 away.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Harris hauls it in, 2 away. Gleyber Torres up to hit.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Swing and a miss.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
And 1-2. Popped up to the left into foul ground, and that's a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Got him. And the Yanks go quiet. Jonathan Loaisiga on to pitch out of the pen here. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit.
Double barrel action.
Pitch. There's a strike.
Well,
If I could score a run, I'm going to Iglesias. If I don't, I'm going to Minter.
2 more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
That's the plan.
Popped up.
Fuck.
Peraza makes the catch, and there's one gone. And here is C.J.
This
Cron.
is why I did not pinch
He's
run
already
for him.
homered here in this one.
'Cause I knew he might come up again. I wanted him up.
Up the middle. Tosses to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Peterson at the plate and takes high there. Action in the pen down there. Clark
Hang it
Schmidt
so I could bang
preparing
it.
to come on if needed. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit. Now he'll turn for second. In with the double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Everything came together for him. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced.
There wasn't
He
2
squared it
outs,
up
I
about
might
as
consider
well as
it
you could
2
possibly
outs.
ask. And a huge opportunity now to grab the lead at this point in the game.
Doesn't really matter.
And now, Vaughn Grissom. And first offering is fouled off.
I have to get a hit, score to run, no matter what. So.
Swing and a ball popped up, and it drops in. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Well, that at bat had a lot of pressure riding on it, so really great job coming through right there. It's got to feel good. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
And that one is lifted in the air. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. Back in the Bronx. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Now it's going to be Harrison Bader. Here comes A.J. Minter to the mound. And here it comes. And he lays down a bunt. Olsen. The flip to the pitcher covering. And the bunt doesn't work out. Now the left fielder, Oswaldo Cabrera. Smoked into left field, base hit. And the winning run is aboard.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Rizzo in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Come on, baby.
For 2.
Come on.
Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. 0-2. To second. He's safe.
Pretty close play on that one. A perfect throw probably gets him. That throw was just a little wide to the third base side of the bag, so he had to reach a little bit to get it. Could have been just enough to make the difference there.
1 away, and the game-winning run stands at second. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Here's Jose Trevino.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
And first offering is fouled off. Winning run stands at second. Up the middle. Throw on to Olsen. That's the 3rd out. Lead 1. Score remains 2-2. We're in extras here, and now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. And a pitch. That one is absolutely belted. Bader ranging back. Turning and looking, and it's gone. Matt Olson goes deep, and they jump out front. It's 3-2. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat.
It's Iglesias time.
Will take over here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
Riley now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
That's
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And down on strikes he goes. One away in the top half of the 10th. And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris. Ripped to short. Throw on to Rizzo. And they get the out.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
In the air out towards right center. It gets down a base hit. So Ozzie Albies now gets a chance with 2 gone. So man aboard. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Out towards left center. Bader should have it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning.
All right, here we go.
Bottom of the inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Oswald Peraza. Raisel Iglesias on the pitch here.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Next offering is in for a strike.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
And a swing and a miss. And the struggles continue in the postseason. Up to the plate steps DJ LeMahieu. There's a strike.
2 outs away.
That clips the corner.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
He's under it. Hauls it in for the out.
1 out away.
Here is Aaron Judge. The outfield playing him to pull with the center fielder positioned in that left center field gap. On the ground to third. And that's it. They've won the World Series.
Congratulations to the World Series champions. Incredibly special team. So proud of these guys. I know the fans back in their hometown. Everybody going nuts right now. It's going to be such an amazing reception when these guys return home.
World Series
Welcome
champion.
back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game.
All right, so let's see here. Positional needs. I mean, we're pretty damn good. I guess we could use a catcher. And bullpen help. Mike Soroka's a free agent. Max Fried's a free agent. I'm not gonna let Soroka go. AJ Minter. Try to bring him back. No, he went back to the White Sox. That's where I got him from. Damn. Welcome back, Colin. Since my bullpen is free agent, gotta try to bring some of them back. Travis, are you willing to come back for one more year, buddy? Good. Welcome back. All right, let's see. Give him a big money offer. And he stayed. All right, good. You stay, my friend. You did good for me. No, you left. All right. Offer him a 3-year deal. Ah, he went back to the Nats. All right. Trying to find guys that could be affordable. We'll offer him. Nope. Okay. We want to keep Max. Yeah, baby. So we kept Max. Like we could still use one more starter. looking at Pete Alonso. He's tempting, even though I got 2 first basemen. I don't think I'm getting Soto. Pete Alonso went to the Cardinals. Sure. I'll offer him a contract. Minor league guy. Sure. We'll go into the tax if we can get him. Oh, shit, we got him. I was not expecting that. Well, goddamn. Yeah, this will be our last signing. Oh, nope, he went back to San Diego. Welcome home, Matt. Yeah, we're going to skip the rest of the offseason. Who did they stick on me? Charlie Blackmon? Hey, I'll gladly take Charlie Blackmon. And Kevin Newman. Alright, let's see. Player at the shop. Who are we putting on the trade block? Touchables will be Acuna, Strider, Riley, and Harris. Positional needs, starting pitcher, relief pitcher. Let's say shortstop. Let's adjust the lineup. With our new weapons. We want Matt Olson, Acuna. We like Riley hitting third. We're going to hit Soto fourth. Hit Murphy. Ozzy was kind of slumping down the stretch a little bit. We don't want lefties. Yeah. Go like that. Then lefties. Jock did good last year. He's going to be a backup now. There we go. I dare say we are loaded though. Was not expecting Soto to actually sign. But he did. And now we are loaded. God damn.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Opening day baseball on the show. The Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals.
I feel like we are loaded to kill someone. Our rotation's not the greatest. at the back end. The bullpen's not his best, but the lineup is. So I could upgrade that as the season goes.
Back here in Nationals Park. And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr. And ball one to the right fielder. Activity in the bullpen. Tanner Rainey looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. Beeks, a left-hander, also throwing. And now 2-0. Right-hander kicks, deals. And that one is inside.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
The pitch. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. He flexes his power with that swing. His first homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 2-0. Here's Austin Riley. 1-2. High fly ball out into left center field. Wood makes the catch. 1 down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
On a line base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Hit hard, that gets through. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds it second with 1 gone.
That ball was drilled 106 off the bat, and that's the kind of feedback that tells you you're right where you want to be with your swing mechanics.
To only win 96 games.
In the air, right side. Meneses gets there. He's under it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but a competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at bat.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Wood under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. But add on one more as the solo shot stretches their lead even further. And it's 2-0. You're watching Major League. Back in Washington, D.C. Well, we go bottom 6. Stepping in the long ball threat, Brady House. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1. Swings through that one out in front that time. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
And now it's Eric Hosmer. First pitch just misses.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Hosmer checks his swing. Appeal down to 3rd. Did not go. Next offering is fouled back. Righty to the plate. Swings and misses. Back-to-back strikeouts. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Line drive, short hop to 3rd. The throw, nicely done for the out. We go to the top of the 7th. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Michael Harris. Strasburg back to work. Pitch misses, and that is ball 1.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
High in the air, out to right. Meneses moving under this one. And a quick out, number 1. Now in for the Braves, Vaughn Grissom. That one hit to right. And it drops in. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
First pitch swinging, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. He's already homered in this game. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound.
Gets the squeeze on that one, and that'll set for the last half of the 7th. Here's Christian Arroyo. The line to kick the pitch. In for a strike, and that is strike 1.
0-1's the count.
And he takes a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Kicks and deals. And ball 1.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
1 up, 1 down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
That one fouled off. The pitch. Late swing, fouled off. Next pitch off the plate. Ball 1. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Up the middle, and that chance handled. Gathers and throws to first. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Lane Thomas. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. So he's gotten deep in. Now on the mound for the Nationals, Tanner Rainey.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Austin Riley. 1 for 3. And a pitch. This to center field. Meneses under it. Puts it away for the out. And here is C.J. Cron.
I think I'm going to go to Minter in the 8th.
That's hard hit on the line. Wood pulls it down, and there's 2 gone. 2 outs, base is empty. Matt Olson up to the plate. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Rainey, 32 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2015. 0-2 as he waves at that one. The Nationals have some action going in the pen. Jordan Weems, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Next pitch has popped up. Abrams makes the play. That is the inning. Bottom of the 8th. And now the switch hitting catcher, Hebert Ruiz. A.J. Minter gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
And there's a strike.
Well, on paper, it's favorable to have a fairly quick inning here with 2 of the 3 hitters he's set to face batting from the left side, same side he throws from.
James Wood digging in for the Nationals. There's a strike. Left-hand hitter waits. Liner snagged at first.
Well,
next to hit for the Nats, Brady House. There's a strike.
0-1's the count.
Next offering upstairs. Good eye right there. Here comes a pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here at the ballpark. So here's Murphy now. Rainey back to work. In the air, right field. And puts the squeeze on that. And there's one away. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Makes the catch up against the wall in foul territory. Hard hit right side. Whips it to first. And they go down fast. 3. And welcome back. Here's Hosmer. Now we see Raisel Iglesias out of the bullpen. A chance at his first save of the year. 0-1. Iglesias, an all-star a season ago. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and he works in a 2-seamer. The wind of the pitch. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. And the next pitch is way outside. And a good eye there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next pitch is downstairs.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Ground ball left side. Riley fires to first. And they get the leadoff man in the 9th. Now it's the shortstop, C.J. Abrams. And first offering is fouled off. Kicks and fires. Swing and a bouncer. Fires over to Crone. And they're down to their last out.
Good 2-seam action right there. Running away from the batter. Rolled over it. Got the ground out.
Now this is in the air down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. 0-1. And a swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Gets a piece and stays alive. 2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th.
Oh, hello.
flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
It's a night shushy for Washington. All right, we swept Washington. Start of the season.
Back here at Wrigley Field, welcome in John Shambi and Chris Singleton. We've got one out here in inning number 7. To first, maybe a 2-ball. Here's one. Return throw to first. Got him. Double play. And in Happ up to hit. The Happ Daddy. And a pitch. Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
You know, these Cubs doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Despite having 9 hits in the game, the numbers don't exactly jump off the page in terms of exit velocity. Nearly half have been traveling less than 90 miles per hour off the bat, but they're finding a way to get it done.
And he handles it himself for the out.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
Swanson stands in now and watches strike 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. The next offering misses. Now 1-2. Got it by him for the K.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from the same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Soto pulls it down, and that's the inning. 3 up, 3. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Miguel Castro.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
The pitch. Crone swings through it for strike 1. Movement in the bullpen. Andrew Chafin, the left-hander, up and throwing. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Not a swing you want to watch again.
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Just got him on that one.
Man, that was bang, bang. Tough to tell in full speed, dude.
I got to be honest with you. I couldn't tell either. As they ask for time to check with their replay guys about a possible challenge, we wait and see.
Yeah, and we used to get a couple of close ones every game, it seems. And this one...
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Swing and a chopper. And he picks it up, and he'll put it in his pocket. One down, base is empty. And a foul ball. Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base. And now it's Travis d'Arnaud at the plate.
No, that's
Substitution now at first base. And here's the pinch runner, Jorge Mateo. Mateo runs. That's in for a strike. Throw to second. Save. Mateo, the runner at second with one away. Runner on the go again. Swing and a miss. And safe. It's a stolen base.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. It wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third.
Hit weakly on the ground. Madrigal on to first, but the game is tied as the run comes in. Now at the plate, Michael Harris.
tied it up.
And first offering is fouled off. And a pitch. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Davis makes the catch, and that'll do it. Able to even it up here in the late innings. So coming into the game now on defense, Jorge Mateo. He'll play second. Adam Simber gets the call from the pen.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Mervis in the box now. Takes strike one.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Simber is ready. High fly ball right field. Acuna has it sized up. Makes the catch, one down.
Well, such a confidence boost for a reliever to come into the ball game and get the first hitter he faces. Just makes everything slow down a little bit, and then from there can really settle in.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Next offering is fouled back. Here's the 0-2. Popped up right side. Mateo has a beat on it. Makes the catch. 2 down. Brennan Davis, the next to hit. And fouled off. Fly ball down the line. Acuna there. And that is that.
Okay.
All set for the start of the inning. Now in for the Braves, Vaughn Grissom. Castro, a 6'7" righty, 30 years old now, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. He handles it himself.
Thought that was going to be a base hit.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Backer to the mound. Now the throw to first on the run. And Acuna retired.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
And now Matt Olson up to hit. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
Where do you even begin with the talent we've seen from the Dominican Republic? Vladi, Big Papi, Pedro, the list goes on and on.
Fought off foul. In the air, left field. And that one gets down, fair ball. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out.
Seeing some good swings from him right now with consecutive extra base hits. I love that swing, and I'm sure his hitting coach does even more. Took a pitch right on the low outside corner of the zone and just whipped it for a base hit. And that's easier said than done.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. Bottom 9, and now the right fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. New pitcher for the Braves, A.J. Minter. He's making his second appearance of the season. That one's in there. Strike 1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Foul ball. Tied at 4. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Blew the express right by his bat for strike 3.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
And now the lefty.
Uh-oh.
Hard hit, base hit. And now the winning run is on base.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Haggerty in the box now. Takes strike 1.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Swing and a foul. Pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base. Try to stay out of a double play here.
Next offering upstairs.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout. Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Acuna has it sized up. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Now into the game, Nico Horner. He'll play second. New pitcher in the game for the Cubs. Here's Juan Soto. The pitch. In the air, right field. They get the out on Soto. Runner tags up for 3rd. In there safely.
Almost out start to the inning on that first pitch, man. He's going to want that one back, no doubt.
And here is C.J. Cron. And that one lifted in the air, center field. Davis makes the play. Runner tags for home. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. And it's now 5-4. This one in the air, center field. Davis puts the squeeze on that one, and that here at the friendly confines. Michael Conforto will climb in. Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Raisel Iglesias. He comes in with a chance for his second save of the season. And there's a strike.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
0-2 now. Ball one
Ay, come on.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And a swing and a miss.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he's down on strikes for the second time today. And here's the first baseman, Matt Mervis. Pitch misses.
Ooh, that was a strike.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
And it finds its way through for a hit. The run scores from second. It's 5-5.
I hate these extra innings.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Olsen pulls it down, and there are two away.
Oh, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics. And instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Slapped foul. So a big opportunity here with the score tied and that runner on second to start the bottom of the inning.
Yeah, and you know they're eager to cash in. You just don't want to come out of your shoes and make a mistake. Got to play this smart.
Got him looking. That's out number 3. 11th inning set to get underway. Stepping in, Travis d'Arnaud. And the right-hander back to work. He's trying for third. Lifted in the air, right field. Makes the catch for the out.
Shouldn't have swung.
And here is Michael Harris. Runner breaks for third. Pitch in for a strike. And now a wide throw to third.
I'd say an aggressive roll of the dice there to steal third in this spot, but they felt good about it, and it worked out. Now the game plan changes a little bit at the plate to get that go-ahead run home. The defense might pull the infield in. In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
And he deals. Slow ground ball to the right side. Throw, save. And that was close. And the batter will be the shortstop, Vaughn Grissom. Outfielders playing shallow. Corners are in, trying to cut down the runner at third. Out towards right center field. He's under it. Drops into the glove. Runner tags from third. The throw's offline. He's safe. They've got the lead 6-5.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job to drive in that run from third.
Checks over to first. Back safely. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. There's a ball. Throw. Save. Chris, his wheels were the difference maker on that play. Just got in there.
Yeah, with StatCast's help, we see his top speed on this stolen base, and that's a big number. I mean, man, he really made his athleticism work for him on that one. Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get an out.
Two on, 2 outs. And a foul ball.
Come on, Matty.
And the righty deals. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. At the belt and fires. Line drive, base hit right field. Harris headed for the plate. He will score. And it's a 2-run lead in extra innings. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Rowan Wick. And now this is down for a base hit. In comes the run from third, and they take a 3-run lead.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And now it's Juan Soto. And first offering is fouled off.
My big acquisition is not really doing so much. He's not really on.
2 outs. Strike 2.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there. But you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
First and second, 2 down. On the ground, right side. And it goes just foul. Righty delivers. Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Nothing happening on the bases, though. Left-hand batter waits. And down on strikes. Good job at damage. All set for the bottom of the 11th. Now it's the right fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. New pitcher on here, Nick Anderson. This is his first appearance of the season. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Swings through that one for strike 2. Anderson ready to work. Going to count 1 and 2. And that one missing low.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
Oi.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he didn't give him anything to hit, and now with runners on first and second, they've set up a double play opportunity. So not a terrible result.
Nico Horner in the box now. Takes strike 1. Entered the game as a pinch runner. First plate appearance for him here. Next offering is downstairs.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit. He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
On the ground. Flips it behind his back. There to beat him by an eyelash.
All right, 2 outs.
Sam Haggerty, the next Cub to hit. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
And that's outside.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
Is just 1 strike away. And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Player of the game is Jorge Mateo, 0 for 1. It's because he scored 2 runs and he stole 3 bases. Uh-oh. My win streak's in big time jeopardy. But we'll try. That's all we can do.
Back at Truist Park. Welcome in. We're in the eighth. 2 men out. John Sciambi along with Chris Singleton. Runners on the move. Pitch misses. Throw to third. Save. Double steal.
Very risky right there to try to steal third with 2 outs and a left-hander at the plate. And there's an open lane for that catcher to throw down. But he gambled. Now he's at third, 90 feet closer. Perhaps a ball in the dirt that gets away from the catcher, and they pick up a run.
Verdugo makes the play, and it's out. Now here's Nolan Jones. 1 for 3. The pitch. In for a strike. 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
And he takes it himself for the out. And now the right fielder, Zach Veen. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Under it is Acuna to make the grab. 2 outs, base is empty. Next is switch hitting first baseman Michael Toglia. In there, and it's 0-1. And he flips a breaking ball in there, or a changeup.
Either one. Something off speed. Good arm action on it. Whatever it was.
Next offering is fouled back.
Been a solid inning so far in relief. Getting them through this inning only down 2 could give their lineup a real opportunity to just grind their way back into this game with the few outs that they have left.
And here it comes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And now on the bump, Drew Smith.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
And that one fouled off.
Come on, baby.
Next offering misses, and the count is 1-2.
Yeah, I don't think I'm coming back in this game. Be nice, I just don't see it.
And a pitch. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Right side. Veen gets under it. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Here's Sean Murphy. Out to center. Daza pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Vaughn Grissom. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Rockies claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
I kind of figured that was going to be the end of it. Alright, guys, I think I'm going to call it here for the day. Once again, thank you guys for hanging out, and please stick around for the movie. Be back tomorrow for DVDs.